I'd like to welcome to the program Ivy Menchel. Ivy is a family wealth advisor with SageMark Consulting, a division of Lincoln Financial Advisors in New York City. She holds several professional designations, including the Certified Financial Planner, Certified Divorce Financial Analyst, and the Certified Business Exit Consultant. Welcome, Ivy.
Well, thank you, David. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. We're going to use that business expertise you have to address something that is important for every single business owner out there: exit planning. Eventually, every business owner has to leave. I think it was Benjamin Franklin that said that time will wait, or time won't wait even if you do, something like that. The point is, everybody's going to retire. So
Well,
what do you...
they may leave. It could be vertically or horizontally,
That's
but they are
exactly
going
right.
to leave.
That's exactly right. So what do you say to the business owner? What's the first step that they need to take when they're really willing to take a look at this very important planning?
You know, so most people think that exit planning is a transaction, but it's really a process. It's a process that takes time. It takes several years, actually, and it's a three-step process. The first thing that every business owner needs to do is to really think. They have to ask themselves, are they financially prepared to leave, and are they mentally prepared to leave? Then once they have the answers to that, then they need to figure out if the business is ready. Can that business actually be owned and operated by somebody else today? And then if once that's in place, then is the business market ready, right? Business runs in cycles, so they may, you know, when is the right time, when is the best time for them to actually sell their business?
So you've got two things going on there. You got the business owner, whether the business can run without them. Are they the business? Or is there a business that's separate from them? They have to get to where they are no longer doing everything. Every day they should be moving toward less reliance for the business on them, right?
Right, exactly.
Eventually they should be purely an owner, even if they choose to do a job.
Right. And we say, you know, you've probably said this yourself and thought about this for yourself. Am I working in my business or on my business? And they need to spend much more time on that business.
And then you mentioned a second thing, which is really important. It may not be, even if the business owner is ready, they've done everything that you would recommend they do, the market might not be ready for them. Because as business goes in cycles, different businesses or industries are hot at different times and all of that. So that takes a lot of planning.
It does take a lot of planning. And you know, that's why we believe that planning is so important, and to really explore what your options are and take the time to explore what the impact of those options would be and the what ifs. What if the market isn't ready? Can I stay and work a little bit longer? Am I, you know, hell no, I'm ready to go. So, you know, we don't hear that too often from business owners, but.
Well, and so you're speaking to trends. I mean, are there trends in what you've seen with working with business owners over the years? Are you seeing people, we all know a lot of business owners don't want to retire. They have a hard time letting go. But are you seeing people work longer, you know, with advances in longevity? Are they staying on longer? Are they hanging on and not retiring? What are you seeing from a trend?
So people are working longer.
And they're holding on to these businesses?
They're holding on to the business. They're not ready to let go. You know, baby boomers still think of themselves as young. So they're working a lot longer. And, you know, the other thing too, we don't see as many children coming into the business either.
That's true.
You know, the kids may very well be more educated than the parents. Not that there aren't a lot of educated parents out there too, but the kids may be more educated. They do not want to slave the way they saw their mother or their father slave in this business, so they're not coming into the business. The other trend that I'm seeing is really more from the professional level. So just like financial planning, right? In the old days, it was like a stockbroker, you know, who bought and sold securities. Now we are financial professionals, many with advanced degrees, providing holistic advice. And I see that kind of trend in the exit planning industry as well. So professionals are really working together to provide that holistic kind of advice to the business owners. And many of us are even trained to actually work and collaborate together so that they don't have each professional working in their own silo. So those are probably the two biggest trends that I'm seeing right now.
Well, you beat me to it, Ivy. You identified the fact that they need to have a team, right?
Yes.
I mean, this is not something where the business owner works just with one person. There's multiple facets to this.
Correct. And, hopefully they will only leave their business, exit their business once, and they need to do it the right way with the right professionals in place.
So taxes, insurance, investing, the actual marketing of the business, which is a whole nother animal.
Right, investment bankers or mergers and acquisitions. They may actually need to do some things to improve increase the value of their company, right? So maybe they need a growth strategist or, growth consultant or, let's even start with valuation. Most business owners don't even know what their company is worth. More than 50% haven't even had a valuation. Who else? ESOP, if they decide to go, employee stock ownership plan. I hate using jargon. But, you want to make sure that you have those professionals in place so that that transition does go smoothly.
Well, it takes a team for sure. What's one of the biggest things you would say, I guess as a final thought here, on one of the biggest things that business owners need to be thinking about when it comes to selling their business and making that transition or merging or whatever the form of the transition is? I
think, so one, I think they need to know what their value gap is, and that means what do they currently have in assets, cash, liquidity, assets that they can spend. And I think that, so take a look at what you have, then take a look at what the cost of your lifestyle is going to be going forward, and where's the gap? What do you need? Is there any, most people have a gap, so how do we fill that gap? And I think that they need to plan what their life is going to be, post-transition. There are actually people who specialize in that to make sure that the owner has a purposeful life afterwards, because unfortunately there are so many ex-business owners that are remorseful, that post-seller's remorse. So if you plan it, you at least will not, it's less likely that you will have that, post-seller's remorse.
Okay, good. Good stuff. Ivy Menchel, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, David.
If you would like more information about the topics and our guests featured in this series, please visit our website at PlanStrongerTV.com. Also, if you have a question you would like David to answer, please send it to questions@PlanStrongerTV.com.